Hello, my name is Rebecca Kilpatrick and I am a mental health first aid instructor. I have been accredited by Mental Health First Aid England and I have been the approved trainer for Bluebird Care. So I have delivered lots of training around your organisation to do with mental health awareness and mental health first aid courses. So my background is I used to be a detective and I worked a lot with people who had mental disorders. So I decided to go into preventative measures and start training people about how to learn about mental disorders and find out more about it. So what is mental health to you? Let's have a look at what mental health is. So there's a massive difference between mental health and mental ill health. So we all have mental health. It's not rocket science. We all know this. We have a brain that operates our body and it makes my hands move. It makes my voice, work. Everything about the way I feel, act, and I think and I behave, everything is operated by my brain, my mental health. And sometimes in life, our mental health deteriorates and it starts to dip and sometimes you can become slightly unwell. And it really is the same as when you are unwell physically. You might have an injury on your hand that you can physically see and you can help fix that. And it's the same as if you broke your leg. You're asked about how is your leg doing, what's happened to your leg, can I help you, is there any reasonable adjustments that I can make within the workplace that will make your life better. But sadly, in this society of that we're living in right now, it isn't seen as the same as physical health. But it is. We need to have some on parity of esteem to know that mental health and physical health are exactly the same. So our mind operates how we think, feel, behave and act. And our body is the compass that carries us around and, is the carcass that helps us move. So they should both be treated equally and without them, the two working together holistically, it makes it very, very difficult. But we come back to stigma, culture, and we need to make a change. So what I've put together during the last year, people's mental ill health has really, really declined. And that is because as humans, our basic and our natural instinct is to be number one, seeing other people, human interaction, and feeling like we're worthy and in the community. Now, the problem is everybody's been asked to stay at home and not see their friends and family. But what you have is your workforce, your industry where you are actually still having to operate and still go out and work and put yourself in the face of danger all the time, to care for your clients all the time. So in terms of COVID-19, it's had such a negative effect on people's mental well-being. If you look at trauma, so the emergency services that will class your care staff, your the police officers, fire officers, and any ambulance crew, hospital staff, all of those kind of industries that had to go out and put themselves in the face of danger, presenting themselves in order to provide the service that we all needed in order to continue to operate. But the problem with that is that every day as humans, we are worried about whether we're going to catch COVID. Are we going to be passing that on to other people? And, ultimately, are we placing our family at risk when we come home and, passing it to our children, our loved ones? Some of us might have also been caring for elderly or vulnerable relatives within our home. So actually your care staff and your industry has been hit really, really hard and often underlooked in when we're talking about the industries. We did a clap for NHS and we did clap for teachers, but what about the care staff? So COVID-19 has had a huge detrimental impact on everybody's mental well-being, but also your care staff. So I have put together a training package that talks about mental well-being, positive mental well-being, and it looks at how we can face our anxieties and our fears that may have been resurrecting and coming up to the surface during the times of going out and caring for the workforce and caring for the public. And actually, how do we deal with that anxiety and that fear, and where's it come from? Where's it manifesting from? So my positive workshops are all about positive mental well-being, strategies that we put ourselves in place, and also help combat trauma. Trauma comes in all different shapes exercises, and placing yourself on the front line can actually be very traumatic for certain people. So on top of that, I've also done some balancing work-life balance workshops, which also talk about how we can manage our work life and our home life all with under the same roof, which has been a challenge for everybody. I also deliver mental health first aid workshops, which I've been delivering to Bluebird Care for the last 2 years. So if you'd like to get in touch, I offer discounted rates for Bluebird Care staff and for any franchises. And if you may have seen me before, I travel around the UK and I've delivered training to all the Bluebird Care line managers, all the franchise owners at the regional meetings. So if anybody wants to get in touch, please do contact me. My website is www.kilpatrick-consultancy.co.uk, and my email address is kilpatrickconsultancy@gmail.com. Please do get in touch. I also offer bespoke packages to workplaces. So there is also one of your franchise owners that have got together and asked me to put together a mental health awareness session for new starters, so that they can know that they're ensuring that their staff are being delivered the signs and symptoms of not only themselves, their work colleagues, but also the clients they're looking after. And then some strategies put into place to be able to offer the clients that you are looking after ways in order to boost your happy hormones. So that if that's something that your franchise is interested in, please also get in touch, because we're running these workshops every 2 weeks to new recruitments. So please always think about happy, positive things. That if you're really struggling with your mental health, there's lots and lots of different websites that you can reach out to. But if you and also a little tip though, if you're really struggling with negative emotions, think of something positive, and it kind of helps with the heat, release that dopamine and lift your spirits. So really looking forward to speaking to anybody who gets in touch.